Hi everyone, this is Megha. Today we are diving into a topic that impacts almost all of us, which is managing negative thoughts. But first, what is a negative thought? Essentially, it is any thought that make us feel bad about us or our situation. Thoughts that often are not based on reality but still has the power to influence how you feel and behave. Some of the examples of negative thoughts are I am not good enough, I always mess up, nobody likes me, they might be thinking I'm a bad person. I should not have tried, I embarrassed myself. I am not good enough to succeed. These thoughts pop up automatically, especially when you're facing a challenge or things don't go as planned. These negative thoughts steal joy and aliveness from our lives. We cannot be present in the moment or feel the joy or feel what that moment has to offer if our brain is constantly engaged with the negative thoughts. Good news is we can tackle these negative thoughts, and in this video I'm going to share 4 ways that will help you to not only manage negative thoughts but will also help you to reshape your thinking from the lens of neuroscience. Step 1. Identify your negative thoughts. Initially, you will have to consciously observe your thoughts because your brain is not yet trained to do that. Periodically throughout the day, pay attention and observe, what am I thinking? And when you catch yourself having a negative thought, for example, I can't do anything right, acknowledge it without judgment. This is your first step towards taking control over negative thoughts. Identifying a negative thought activates your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical thinking, reasoning, and decision making. Once it's activated, it works towards taking over the automatic emotional response that triggers from the limbic system, which is amygdala. Amygdala in our brain is responsible for emotional response. The amygdala is like an alarm system. It triggers fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. This activation of your logical thinking when you identify your thoughts helps you to calm down your emotional response that triggered in amygdala, reducing emotional stress and helping you to manage these negative thoughts more effectively. Once you identify negative thoughts, go to step 2, which is label it. Put your negative thoughts in a category. For example, if you catch yourself thinking nothing good happened today despite some positive events, label that thought as filtering. You're filtering out the information. Recognize this is not reality, this is your cognitive distortion where you are focusing on negative and skipping out the positives. Other example of labeling could be fortune telling. For example, you might catch yourself thinking, oh, I have a presentation tomorrow, I'm going to mess it up. Well, you don't know yet. It's in the future. Label it as a fortune telling. Similarly, there's so many ways you can label your thoughts. Comment label and I can send you a free guide that can help you label your negative thoughts. Labeling of a thought engages language processing centers of your brain, facilitating communication with the prefrontal cortex. This engagement of the language processing center and its communication with prefrontal cortex reduces the amygdala activity and lowers the stress and anxiety. By categorizing your thoughts, you help your brain to process them more systematically and less emotionally. Once you identify and label a negative thoughts, it's time for step 3, which is challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence supports or contradicts this thought? For example, if you're thinking, I always mess things up, recall instances where you succeeded and received positive feedback. This critical evaluation of thoughts activates dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, enhancing your ability to weigh evidences logically. This not only strengthens the rational pathways in your brain, but also helps to diminish the undue influence of emotional reasoning, making you less likely to accept negative thoughts at their face value. Once you identify a negative thought, label it, challenge it. Now it's time for step 4, which is replace it. Replace the negative thought with more balanced and realistic one. Instead of I always fail, think I have faced challenges before and many times I have overcome them. This shift in thinking is so crucial for fostering a more positive self-view. Consciously choosing more positive and balanced thoughts stimulates neuroplastic changes in the brain. This practice weakens the existing negative pathways we have in our brain and overrides them with more positive and constructive pathways. These changes changes over time make positive thinking a natural response. These are 4 steps for you to manage your negative thoughts. Consistently practicing these 4 steps enhance the efficiency of your prefrontal cortex and is key in changing not just your thoughts but how you process them. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share for more content on personal growth, which is deeply rooted in neuroscience and cognitive science. Remember, you have the power to manage your thoughts. Thank you so much and I'll see you in my next video.